Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. So I think you people were super excited to learn. So today's topic lesson is the Indian Constitution. The Indian Constitution. The Indian Constitution. So today we are going to learn about fundamental rights. So what is fundamental rights and how they what are the things demanded for fundamental rights. So but before going to fundamental rights, let us revise last class. In the last class we have discussed about key features of Indian Constitution. Key features of Indian Constitution. Key features. In the key features, we first discussed about federalism. Federalism. In federalism explains about how to run a government smoothly. In this we have levels. So we have seen majorly two level of government and three level of government. Best example for this will be America. And for three levels, our India will be the best example. It consists of central level, that is also known as parliamentary form of government, and next thing will be state level, and next thing will be Panchayati Raj system. So we have chosen three tier form of government because of the population and area. Next further we have discussed about parliamentary form of government. Parliamentary form of government. So in this topic we have discussed about universal adult franchise. So those who cross age 18, each and every individual, and without undiscriminating, they have the right to vote, like Ramabana. So they are going to represent legislators. So they will make the laws and policies to develop the country. So next we discussed about separation of powers. Separation of powers. Separation of powers acts like a check balance of power. Check balance. So we have three. First one is legislature. Next, executive. And judiciary. So first, legislatures will make the laws and policies for the people with respect to the social economical conditions. So to remove the poverty or to develop the countries. So this is the work of legislature. Next, executives. Executives are in minor portion, but they will play major role in implementing these laws and policies for all the people in equally. Okay, next thing will be judiciary. So those who violates constitution, whether it might be the legislature or executive, so it will balance, it will check, so it will avoid. In this way, so constitution will provide dignity to the citizen of our India. So today this is all about the last class. Today we are discussing about fundamental rights. If you have any doubt, please comment. So today we are discussing about fundamental rights. Fundamental rights. So fundamental rights will explain that. So to protect themselves. So for each and every citizen, so he should want to get the dignity of life, whoever it might be. Whether it might be the beggar, whether it might be the PM of our country, or a president, or a businessman, whoever it might be, irrespective of the caste, irrespective of the religion or a creed. So he should want to get the dignity of life. So to protect themselves. So fundamental rights are mentioned to protect themselves. To protect next, what are the things demanded for fundamental rights? First thing will be, so we all know that around 1947, 1946, British people were ruled us. So due to their power in government, so we are faced a lot of troubles. We have lost many things in the perspective of socially, economically, in the perspective of natural resources. So it established fear in our minds of people. Fear in minds of people. First thing will be this, and second thing will be, so many minority people were so to protect their rights, to protect their culture, so to get their dignity of life, so they protested hardly against majority people to protect themselves. So such agitations or such protests, so these things also led to fundamental right. And the major last final thing will be, so Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Dr. B.R. So Dr. B.R. Ambedkar sir suggested fundamental rights based on two objectives. The first objective should be, so each and every citizen of our India, should want to claim the fundamental rights to protect themselves. So every individual wanted to claim that fundamental rights. First one. Next, the second one will be, so whether he is in power or whether he is in businessman or whether he rule, so whatever will be the personality, so he should wanted to obey the laws and policies. Okay, so first thing, everyone should wanted to claim rights. Second thing, each and every should want to obey the laws, whoever it might be. Obey the laws. Whether a beggar in streets, or whether a prime minister, or whether a businessman. So whoever it might be, so they should wanted to obey the laws. So today we are next is, wow, what are the fundamental rights? Let us discuss.
Wait, Ajay, 5 minutes or నీ బ్యాటరీలో ఛార్జింగ్ లేదు చూసుకోవా?
So first thing will be right to equality. Next, right to freedom. Right against exploitation. right against exploitation, and next one is right to freedom of religion. Fifth one will be cultural, educational rights. And sixth one will be constitutional remedies. So, right to equality explains all are equal before law. All are equal before law. So, let us see with an example. So, all are equal before law means whoever it might be, so same law should wanted to be applicable. So, for each and everyone, the process should be same. So let us see with a real life example. So you all people aware about the famous personality Salman Khan. So he's a great actor, a great celebrity. So we all know that. But due to hunting of Krishna Jinka and other wild animals in the forest, so he hunt and run away. So because of it, his actions, so he was tried in court and sentenced to jail. So he was tried in court and due to his culprit things, he was jailed. So even though he has many connections with the politics, even though he is an influential person, he was arrested. So because majorly all are equal before law in this case. But I won't agree with that. Still now there is somewhat discrimination, but while the India developing, it might remove. So till now completely not executed, but 70 to 80% was executed. Okay. So next, right to freedom. So right to freedom explains form of associations. And freedom of speech. So it explains, so right to speech and expressions, or to form an associations, or to whoever will be the citizen to settle in whatever the part of the country in our India for the sake of occupation or to studies. So it explains this. So let us see with another example. So Telangana formation. So our Telangana state formed because of lot of agitations, struggles and protests. So even police were tried but not controlled. So why? The major reason will be, so constitution provided that fundamental right. So freedom of speech and form associations. So because of that, even though the government in rule, so they are unable to control. They tried, but with them it can't happen. So another thing will be, I can proudly say our college, RGKT Basar. So they also protested a lot for the newly appointment of VC or for the education. So these two examples for the right to freedom. Next thing will be right against exploitation. So right against exploitation, it says that, so it prohibits exploitation of child labor or forced labor. It introduced because olden days there is vetty system, or they forced, they make them work more and more, but they pay very less. So because of that, this law was introduced. And in this, another major one will be is, so those who are between 6 to 14 years, so they definitely wanted to study and there is no forcing to work or making them to child labor. So this is about right against exploitation. Next, right to freedom of religion. So right to freedom of religion says, so if it's up to citizen wishes. It was not religion is not interlinked to the government. Completely they are different domains. Okay, so everyone citizen wish, whether he wanted to be a Muslim or a Hindu or a Christian or a Sikh, his wish. Whether he wanted to be his wish, he can wanted, if he wanted to become he, or if he don't wanted, he don't. It's up to him. Next, about cultural and educational rights. So it's majorly focuses on minorities. So this right is provided to protect the interests of minorities. If the minorities are if they wanted to protect the interest of their language or their linguistics or their culture, so they can set up their own institutions, educational institutions. So this law says this. Next, constitutional remedies. So while making the constitution, they strongly believed that, so written documentary form is nothing until they are going to execute. So for that sake, so if they violate the fundamental rights, if anyone violates the fundamental rights, so they have punishable and it's treated as a crime. So for that sake, so every individual, those who feels that they are violated fundamental rights, they can consider court. So court will make justice for them. Court will make justice for them. So this is all about fundamental rights, and I left with one other small topic, that is DPSP, Directive Principles of State Policy. So directive principles of state policies are, they are just guidelines. What is that? Directive principles of state policy, DPSP. So they are guidelines so they are just acts as a guidelines. So why means for the upcoming generations, so to provide the laws and policies regarding social economical reforms, to make effectively for the social and economic related laws and reforms. But like fundamental rights are enforceable, but these are just guidelines. So let us see with an example the importance of directive principles of state policy. So at the time of while making the constitution, so due to the situations, because of the poverty, because of the social economical situations, partitions, so all such things will lead to form that laws. But at that time they realized the importance of education. They realized the importance of education. Because of such conditions, they mentioned in directive principles of state policy. While the India is developing, so these policy converted into fundamental right to education. So this is all about, so in the next class we are studying about the secularism. Thank you friends.